The video games industry is one of the most innovative and fastest growing industries in the world. The men and women of this industry work tirelessly to provide entertainment for the masses, and some of these provide the music. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves playing those video games. Video games. Music that we love. Music that we listen to when we're enjoying ourselves listening to video games. Video games. Do we even know who these people are? No. Would video games be the same without them? No. What do you...
Good morning, everybody, to who it is morning. Good evening, everybody, to who's watching us in the evening. This is the IGM Sunday NewsCast, and today we're going to be skipping quite a bit of the news because we have way too much to go over in the way of Kickstarter videos and the giveaways. Join with me always, lately, is One Savvy Siren. How's it going today?
Oh, it's not too bad. How are you?
Good. I'm excited to give some stuff away.
What we have is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. So this week our giveaway is brought to us by Groupies.com. It's called their B9 bundle. I can bring it up right now. Right here. So game titles include Legend of Dungeon, Anti-Squad, and Alpha Kimari. As well, all the bonuses that you see, they're mostly soundtracks that you can get. And then at the bottom you also get the Necro, Nismata, Longest Journey, Spate, and Flyin', which is crazy. So we have 10 of these to give away. We're going to be giving one away, I think, after every video that we watch.
Yeah.
Have you played any of those games?
No. I don't know. I looked at them last night, and I have not heard or seen of any of these, but some of them actually look kind of interesting.
Yeah. My wife played The Longest Journey a long time ago, and Necro is actually a heck of a fun game.
I think I like the looks of Flynn.
Yeah.
Like a platformer, and it's pretty.
Yeah, definitely. Whoa. That was loud. Okay, so we have 9 videos to watch. We have 10 of those to give away. So why don't we start today off with a super fun question. The way that we do our giveaways, guys, is we're going to ask a question in chat. And it's going to be the first person that answers it correctly is going to get one of the keys. And then pretty much you'll email me. I'll give you the email to email me at. Tell me who you are. And I'll send you one of the keys after the show. So, first question. Go ahead, Savvy. You did most of these questions. Okay. I'll type it in chat for you.
I can copy and paste it.
I just did. So.
Oh, fine.
Go.
At last week's E3 convention, what new Wii U crafting game did Nintendo announce?
So I'll be announcing the next questions.
I'm sorry.
Somebody that speaks English might be a little bit better at the job.
I was put on the spot. Shush.
Alright, first person to answer that correctly gets our very first key. Who's it going out to?
No, not quite peachy.
I'll give you a hint, guys. My hint is Google.
Google is your friend.
Good game. Not the answer that we're looking for.
Did I choose too hard of questions?
It's looking like it.
It involves tubes. There we go.
There, Dre Algia, alright. Okay, Dre. I will send you one of the keys just through Skype because I have you on Skype. So, that being said, why don't we watch our first video? So the first video that we're going to be watching is a little Kickstarter called Together, Amna and Saif, which is kind of neat. And here we go.
So I think we have to walk down here.
You're a little kid.
Oh my god. That looks so cute. Stand on this thing.
Whoa, that's like, what is that?
Do you know Bearcat Man? Man, come save my life. Wake me up. Wake me up before you go. Yes, you got it. Alright.
I am not coming to save you.
Together's a cooperative game focused on interdependence. You have to work together and communicate in order to advance. Different than most games, you can't do anything on your own.
So the characters are a mother and a son, and they are setting out on this journey to save their sister and daughter.
When I've watched friends play together, a lot of them will mess with each other and have a lot of fun that way. But it's in a way that it's not frustrating for one party and gratifying for the other. Because the game is made in a way that you need each other to progress. And so you're always hurting yourself if you're hurting the other player. There's this fun dynamic.
I think the gameplay of Together is really interesting, and from what I've seen of people playing it already, they really, it's interesting to see people just interact with each other and like their reactions, and because it's like you really have to rely on each other. With a lot of multiplayer games, the way it's been moving the past few years, it's mostly online, so you don't get that like personal face-to-face interaction. And I feel like with Together, you kind of get that again.
Come on, come help me.
Well, you said stay over there, so I'm staying over there.
This focus on cooperation comes at a cost. There's no single player and there's no multiplayer. But this was intentional. There's that level of communication and connection that can only happen when you're sitting next to somebody. There's also the benefit of when you're playing next to somebody on a couch, you get to turn around and high-five each other, which we've seen in a lot of our playtests, if not most of them.
There it is.
Alright.
The thing I've noticed when I've seen people play the game is I think we've set it up in a way visually that it's pretty easily readable and that people get the concepts really quick, which I think is important. It's very important in art direction for games, that people know what to do. But I feel like we've done our jobs in that way.
I've kept the controls simple so that the game is accessible to kids and non-gamers. The core of the game will remain friendly so that they'll have fun and want to keep playing. At the same time, I've created optional objectives that even the most avid gamers find challenging.
Took the treasure box. It straight up took the treasure box. I'm assuming that was something that we needed.
Probably something we needed. But that's a
That's probably a collectible. Alright, let's keep going.
I haven't really noticed much of a difference between 30-year-olds and teenagers playing the game. That brings out the same sort of joking, fun, high-fiving each other atmosphere that you get from playing this type of game.
Everybody I've seen play it, nobody's like quit or gotten frustrated. For the most part, everybody is intrigued and wants to keep playing.
You're gonna die again. No! Oh! How did you live? You're gonna die again. No! You killed us both.
I think the concept is solid enough that people really enjoy it.
We think you'll like the interaction and camaraderie you get from playing together that you don't get from networked multiplayer or other types of games. The couch co-op really lends itself to a bonding experience.
Alright, I'm done. That was so fast.
We're doing Kickstarter because we want to make the game better. We think that doing all the extra animations and extra story will allow us to better drive home that interdependence and that cooperation and that feeling that you get when you're working together on a common goal.
Then you pass over me. You revive me. You take the next one. You go down. I revive you. That sort of thing. If it comes to that.
We appreciate any support you can give us, whether you just tell your friends or whether you can back us. We think we're going to make something really special here that you will enjoy.
So, together, Amna and Saif, what'd you think?
I like the idea behind it. I think, though, that like the idea that it's local co-op is a great concept, great thing, but I'm kind of worried that like it restricts what you can do. Because if you're sitting there by yourself, you can't play the game.
Yeah, definitely. That is one stipulation. One thing that I actually really enjoyed about the game is how socially responsible they were. Like, you guys were touching on it in chat. They're showing this diverse audience that they're
Yes.
showing. Not only that, but even like this game is made in Salt Lake City, the Mormon capital of the world, and yet it's the main characters, rather than being some attractive lady or anything like that, it's a mother and a son trying to find their sister/daughter, which I think is great. It's very socially responsible. And yes, you guys are right, this game did get backed. It already has quite a few backers, 15 days to go. And if you want to back it yourselves, we can link that in chat. I'll do that right now. While I link that, do you want to get on with the next question?
Next question. Okay, so I can copy this one. Also announced by Nintendo last week, what third-person action game have they revamped to bring back to the Wii U later this year? And if you need a hint, they also directed Devil May Cry. This one that might be a little challenging. I'm guessing Dre knows. Dre, you can only win once.
Yeah.
Enzio, not quite. It used to be on the PS. There we go. Elderon's got it. Bayonetta.
Hey, Elderon. Okay. So our second one's going to Elderon. I will send you the key right now to our super duper awesome thing. Seriously, so many games in this bundle. It's unbelievable.
It's awesome. I saw it, was like, that's a lot of games. Even though, like I think last week we had lots of game bundles too.
Yeah,
Lots
not
of
quite
games.
as many as this.
But-
This is an impressive amount.
This is a Father's Day present for all of you not quite fathers,
Yep.
or if you are a father.
Yeah, happy
Oh.
Father's Day, everybody, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so next game that we want to talk about is called Midora. I'm just going to play this one and then we can chat about it.
Okay.
So, Medora, thoughts?
I like it.
The first thing I thought when I saw this game was, oh, look, a Link to the Past clone. But then you get into it and it's got crafting, it's got collection, it's got a huge open world. So very, very much like a Link to the Past, but kind of an updated version with a lot more to it. So I'm really looking forward to this one. 28 days, it needs 60 grand, but it already has 3,000 from 165 backers. So I think this one is going to be really cool. I can see this one making it.
I think it'll be good. Like, when I first watched it, I'm like, okay, this reminds me of my Game Boy Color, but with modern graphics.
Mm-hmm.
And when I scrolled down and looked at the developers, they're people my age, so that's probably why it kind of feels very Pokemon-ish to me.
Which is about, what, like 20?
Shut up.
No, I'm just asking.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
about,
like 20.
Right? Yeah.
It's like 20-ish.
Jeez.
But you're asking me for my age.
Jeez.
Never mind.
So
But
that
yeah,
one
there's-
was... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, they're younger adults, so it's something I guess it can be more related to. People my age can relate to more.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yes, question. Did you want to take care of it, or do you want me to?
No, go ahead. I thought you meant you had a question
Oh,
to ask.
no.
I'm gonna...
Okay, so in what recent big budget Kickstarter game are you responsible for taking care of your own planet and its civilization?
It's more than just one planet.
Planets.
Yeah. multiple planets.
Just planets. It's a game that I think a lot of us want right now. If you've seen it or heard about it.
Oh, that is incorrect, Kino.
Nah, Kino. Maybe it's
Also
not
incorrect.
right.
It was a huge Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Oh, Whisper
Got it?
gets it.
You'll just hand it to her.
Yeah, Whisper gets the third key. Good attempt with planetary annihilation. That's probably what I would have guessed for that question.
Oh.
Because it's more than one planet.
Apparently, I need to do more research before making questions. Or
You start off kind of on one planet, but that's why it's called Universim, because it's a universe simulator.
Oh. That makes sense.
Also, if you guys want to check out Medora, I will link it right here, because that game looks awesome. Medora, lovely. Go back Medora, guys, because that game deserves our attention. Not to sound too elitist or anything.
Nope.
Okay. Go to that. Next up, what do we got? We got Home Make. This one was interesting.
Oh, yeah.
We'll chat about this one. This was a really interesting game. What should I say? Get ready to get your funk on. That's all I'm gonna say for this game. Get ready to get your funk on.
That is a good way to put it. Prepare for the wubs.
Wubs incoming.
Yep.
That soundtrack.
Yeah.
All I gotta say, that soundtrack, it's got me with that soundtrack. Good God. The art style? Oh, go ahead.
Like, the soundtrack is awesome. When I first started watching, like, I don't know how I feel about it. And then I started listening to the soundtrack, reading into it, and I'm like, I want to play this.
Damn! Pretty much from what I can tell, you are a single consciousness that can travel through different bodies in this game to explore and solve problems like that. That's why at one point it looked like you were the small animal. And I love that touch, because like dogs cannot see color. And so when you're in the dog, it's all black and white. So it's neat little attention to detail like that.
And when you're in a different entity, it changes the world for the next entity.
Yeah.
So your world is constantly changing. Where did my notes go?
An endless urban planetoid. And from what I understand, when you're looking up all those blocky textures and that kind of thing, because they're all buildings, but everything you see is technically explorable. So if you guys weren't looking at a skyscape, you were looking at like, oh, that weird little green building that I can see directly above me. If I want, I could go there right now.
Mm-hmm. And like just the whole video itself, it reminded me of a Gorillaz music video.
Damn straight. I'm a huge fan of Gorillaz.
And that's why I was like, I want this. I'm willing to play it. So I think if it does get backed, I will definitely give it a try. And I think this one have a demo. I don't think this one did.
This is going to be a cheap game to make though. They're looking for $15,000. They got 24 days left and they already have 3,500. So another $12,000 and they're done.
Yep. And they've got quite a few days left, so they just might get there.
I beat you to the link.
Ah, shoot.
My turn to ask a question.
Okay.
Once I close this so that you guys aren't staring at the answer. Okay, question 4. Oh, this is an easy one. This is easy. Okay. What is the name? What is the name? Can you type this in chat for me?
Yep.
What is the name of Sony's virtual reality system demoed at E3 last week? This is an easy one. This is what they're doing to try and take on Oculus since Facebook bought it.
That's true. No, not Oculus.
Close one, Yannick, but no. You're on the right track, though.
Oculus is owned by Facebook. Morpheus, Alumno's got it.
Alumno. All right, Morpheus. So email me at...
Alumno. No, his name's not Morpheus, it's Alumno.
.com. Put, what is this called? B9, 13, giveaway, and your name in the subject line, and I will send you your key once we're done the show. And, okay, so next up, what are we doing next up?
We have Go Armadillo!
Oh, this game is so adorable! If you didn't like the art style in the last game, I dare you not to like the art style in this game. It is so cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Get this playing. Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, we're Mojoworks Games. I'm Luke, this is Gustavo, and we're really excited to show you our latest project, Go Armadillo.
At its heart, Go Armadillo is a puzzle adventure game. The core gameplay revolves around players squashing all the enemies in a level in the least number of shots. However, Go Armadillo is much, much more than this. The game is built with the same love and attention as classic adventure games, with each level and environment handcrafted with secret areas, Easter eggs, and humorous characters. Players can find secret passages and new approaches to puzzles by thinking outside of the box. Most importantly, we want to reward players for being curious, so creating an immersive, detailed world is crucial. But we haven't just poured all of our attention into the environments. The puzzles themselves are deep and varied to ensure the player is always on their toes. In one level, the player may be moving walls and traversing rivers, but in the next they'll be cracking ice blocks and using geysers to alter their trajectory. There will be a total of 4 zones at launch, each with their own unique artwork, game mechanics and themes. For example, the desert zone is orientated around mastering wind patterns and navigating around sand pits and mines, while the jungle zone has rivers, movable walls and armadillo-eating plants. Luckily, armadillos don't taste so good. We want Go Armadillo to be one of the most immersive, charming and enjoyable experiences on the mobile marketplace, and for that we need your help. With your donations, we can create more content and have more materials for marketing when we launch to ensure that Go Armadillo's potential audience can be reached. We hope that you're as excited about Go Armadillo as we are, and we can't wait to get the game into your hands and show you how far your support has gone.
Thanks for taking an interest in Go Armadillo. We really appreciate any pledges you donate, and with your help we hope to make the best puzzle experience you've ever seen in a mobile game.
So Go Armadillo. I don't even care if you guys don't like it. I don't even care.
Okay. I didn't see much. To be honest, I didn't see. It looks like a lot of other games.
I think okay, so it is like a lot of slingshot games, which is not a new genre, but I respect the mobile market if they can actually try to make something unique. These guys have their own music, their own art style, and they have their own physics-based engine to make this game work. And I really like the art. I think it's really cute. But maybe you guys are right. These guys are only looking for $1,500. They've only got 12 days to go, and they've only made 1,500 pounds. They've only made 75. So I guess I'm in the wrong. You guys are in the right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I like the landscape. I just don't like the way they've animated the characters.
Oh, really? That's one of the things I thought was just cute.
No. They look like beavers.
Huh.
They're not armadillos, they're beavers.
Well, there's only the one armadillo.
Okay, well, whatever. There's another. Oh, wait. Okay, there's a beaver enemy. Oh. Apparently I need to read.
That being said, why don't we,
Question.
Yeah. Number 5. What adorable, felted, woolly game sequel did Sony announce last week? Actually, Nintendo had their own woolly game too.
I know, that's why I added Sony, because like, oh, someone's gonna say the other one. Kale I'm giving it to Kale.
Yeah, I'll give it to Kale.
Little Big Planet 3.
It's Little Big Planet 3 is coming out. So.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I gotta find
Okay.
what this is.
I may very well buy a PS4 simply for this game.
That's why we bought our PS2, actually.
I bought my PS3 for Little Big Planet.
Or PS3, yeah. We bought one so Ember could play Little Big Planet.
So, it's entirely possible I may buy a PS4 simply for it.
Where is the... There we go. No! God. Come on. Work with me here, computer. Work with me! Okay, Kale. To claim your key, email me at avggmr@gmail.com. Put the BMine13 giveaway and your name in the subject title, and I will get a key to you once the stream is done. And you want to introduce our next game?
Our next game is Caffeine. It is a sci-fi horror game for the PC, potentially PS4, with potential Oculus Rift support.
I should have told you just to say sci-fi, because there's
sorry.
not much horror in the...
No. Well, it's really hard to tell from the page.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be a huge reveal at the end. We actually covered this game in one of our last IGMs, one of the last issues, so we'll play this. You guys can look at it. Still made my wife jump. So yeah, I should have said that we should have just called it a sci-fi game, because it's got the little bit of a reveal at the end there, because when you say it's a horror game, like, you're not expecting it. Surprise with this game, though. As awesome as it looks, they're only looking for $70,000. They've got 4 days left, and they need $67,000 more.
Yeah.
Which it surprised me. It's an amazing looking game. It's great atmosphere. Horror is really popular. So why do you think this game is not going to make it?
The problem I had is, like, I looking at just the trailer alone. Like, if you're just basing it off of the trailer, you don't know what the game's about. And then once you start reading into it, it's okay. You're apparently someone who's woken up on a ship and doesn't remember how they got there. The ship is mining caffeine because the world's out of caffeine, apparently, which seems a little weird to me. And
hey, I would pay hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, if the world was running out of caffeine, to go find me some caffeine in space. I will take that.
So the world is out of coffee and tea. They're getting coffee and tea from elsewhere now. It's extremely pretty, but the trailer is not showing that horror aspect. If something jumped out at the last second to show me that there's, like, monsters on the ship, if there's something going wrong with the ship,
But there was.
then perhaps.
There was right at the end.
There was a noise.
Yeah, and then you turn around, there's a creepy shadow staring at you.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
But you did touch on something that I didn't even script. Thank you for touching on this. I didn't know that my choices in horror games naturally led into these things. One thing I wanted to touch on with the next couple of Kickstarter videos is the attention to how well presented the trailer is compared to how well received the Kickstarter is. Because this is an amazing game. It's a scary as hell game as well. The review that we did for IGM is a lot better at describing this game than their own Kickstarter page. But because of a crappy video, I can see what they're trying to do with a big reveal there, but I feel like they were just showing off the atmosphere, and then right at the end they gave you one teeny tiny little jump scare. And because of that, their Kickstarter is failing. Now, keeping that in mind with the next Kickstarters, we're going to kind of theme it around that and chat about it.
Yeah, and with caffeine, there is a demo on the Kickstarter page for...
I dare you to play it.
Maybe I will.
You should do it on stream.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's two different versions of the demo for Unreal 4 and Unreal 3.
Oh my god, if anybody has seen any of our other newscasts, well, I don't think we're even going to get through this question.
Yeah. Should I say it because I'm not affected by it as much?
Be my guest. I didn't write this question. I did not write this question. But be my guest. We're going to do the next question. Okay.
Okay. Yep, go.
What recently Kickstarter? Yeah.
We didn't even have to say the question.
Yeah, Kino gets that one. Kino answered it before we even did it.
Kino spoiled all the fun.
Lol. Lol. Okay, fine, Kino. I'll give you your key. What a cheater.
Yes, so we're calling hacks.
They're calling hacks. So the next game we're going to do is the Far Reaches. So keeping in mind the actual game versus the Kickstarter thingy. You know, that thingy. Also, I'm going to turn this one down a little bit because that's a loud video. Headphone safe. So, The Far Reaches, what'd you think?
Basing it just off of the trailer, not a lot. It's because
The trailer's awesome.
I really didn't like the scritchy noises as it like transitions. That bothered me. That's just from my perspective.
It's got a lot of production value. It's a really, really good looking Kickstarter video. It's a lot of presentation there. But what did you think of the actual game? What do you do in the game? How's the game played?
It's okay. Let me go back to my notes. How do you
exactly? No, that's exactly it. It doesn't show jack shit. I assume that it's a menu-based game because that's all it showed. It had a few menus. It's going to be what, like you get those games all the time on the App Store where it's save the world for blah 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 blah, and it's a menu-based game. So all numbers pretty much played in a spreadsheet. But that video is really cool and doesn't tell us anything about the game just to get your money.
Like because I went through the entire page and I sat through the video that's below it last night. That's how I actually learned about what the game's about. But you have to listen to him talk for 9 minutes. And what essentially the game is trying to do is it's trying to be everything that he liked in all of the other MMOs, but taking out a lot of the aspects a lot of people play MMOs for. Like, there are no instances, there are no dungeons, there are no raids. It is just crafting and large-scale PvP.
But they didn't show us, like...
They didn't show any of that in the trailer.
At all. There's nothing there. I would assume that it was a menu-based game.
Yeah, no.
So, and also making an MMO on $60,000. Sir, really? Come on, sir. Get your head together.
And I had to make a little joke, because when I saw the trailer, I'm like, this reminds me of Star Trek. And he has, what is it, Voyager Entertainment? Voyager Games is his company. Huh. And it reminds me of Star Trek. I'm like, I see what happened here.
You Trekkie.
Yeah. But, like, he's trying to... The one thing that's kind of interesting is he's trying to... The NPCs will have their own behaviors and their own goals.
But why do you have to explain this to us? Why isn't it in his video? If you're not... True. I mean, this would be an awesome video if he had some gameplay footage to back it up. You make it a 5-minute video, talk about the game, do some gameplay footage, and keep the cool music and the cool cuts and all that kind of thing, and you would have done a lot better.
Yeah, there's a lot of work being put into it, but the trailer is lacking. Like, that's why this has a minute-long trailer, where games that'll have, like, a 6-minute trailer will do better, because they are going in-depth about the game, not just highlighting on, this is what we're going to give you, but not show you anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's kind of interesting because of that.
Yeah.
Which leads us to yet another question. Oh my god, we have 4 left. We have 4 left that we're giving away. My goodness. Okay, who's ready for a little controversy? If you want to post it, I will ask it.
Okay.
But don't post it until I'm like halfway through.
Okay.
Okay, so at E3 last week, Ubisoft announced the new Assassin's Creed game and got a little flack over a change that they made on their original protagonist. What was it?
I think Lunatic's got it.
Yeah, Lunatic. Enzio.
See?
They're French! That's what's wrong with the game.
The dev that talked about it was French, so Enzio's got half a point.
All right, Lunatic.
Lunatic's got it.
Email me. Where's that thing? I need to just write this down.
You just need to...
Introduce the next game while I find this.
Okay, our next game is Contact Vector RTS, which is where you are commanding a fleet in order to save worlds and an unrelenting enemy.
Oh yeah, this is...
The destruction or survival of humanity lies in your hands.
This one...
This is... Oh, go ahead.
This one reminded me a lot of like Homeworld or Sins of a Solar Empire.
This is a massive, massive budget game that with a lot of potential, but it's not looking great right now.
You're supposed to say that after the video.
I'm sorry. I'm waiting. I'm coming up with filler content.
Okay, we'll just start the video.
Okay.
Steve, and I've worked in the games industry now for about 18 years, and I've worked on various strategy games, and this is Contact Vector. Contact Vector is an RTS set in space. It's emphasising strategy over resource gathering and unit reduction, because we wanted to make a game like chess, and it's more about what you do with stuff than how much of it you have. We wanted to make a single-player game where you're in command of a military campaign to defend your territory against an invading enemy. You'll be in command of a fleet of ships on a strategic and a tactical level, and you'll also have to decide where those ships go and fight battles. You'll be able to customise your ships on a component level. This will allow you to change weapons and defensive systems to suit your strategy. You'll also have to decide how supply and reinforcements are distributed to your fleet. Our primary goal is to create a single-player game, but for our stretch goals we have lots of ideas for multiplayer. You can find more information about this on our Kickstarter page. There's a little more information about our project on our website. There's also a style demo which you can play and get a feel for how the game will look. If you want to find out more, please come to contactvector.com and join us on our forums. Thanks for your time.
So, Contact Vector. I like it. I think it could do very well. Like I said, it's right along the same strain as like Homeworld or Sins of a Solar Empire, which are making a comeback. You're seeing a lot more of that, the skill-based kind of space RTS. What do you think, Savvy?
I do like the idea behind it. It's not my type of game specifically, but I know a lot of people that do like it. And Yannick, it's not even $75,000, it's £75,000. This is a, $160,000 £85,000, which is $160,000 Canadian, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a long ways to go in just a few days.
Yeah, I mean, they're already nearly done, so this one probably isn't going to happen. But these types of games, that one could have had a little bit more production in the video, and I think they would have done better, because they have a great game.
Oh, yeah.
They have a really good game, and that's exactly it. If you don't have an audio engineer, why are you making a Kickstarter video? Because they should have... I could clean the ambient noise out of that post in probably like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's... The game has potential. It hasn't been presented well. Reading in about it and looking at other trailers for it, it has potential. It just has not been presented well. There is a demo on the Kickstarter page if you want to try it. I haven't had time to try it yet, but I'd might. It looks cool.
It's interesting. The world of indie gaming is changing a lot because the world of AAA gaming is changing a lot. You see a lot of people doing AAA games on Kickstarter here nowadays, and they have overproduced videos. They try to make this whole video game commercial, and we usually find that fails. However, the indie games have to find a balance as well because they're indie, so they haven't done this kind of crap before, so they don't know how to do it properly. So it's interesting to try and find the line of where do we set our production so that we're showing the game off enough, we're showing what we want to do enough, we're appealing to ethos enough that like people trust what we're doing, we're appealing to pathos enough that people actually want to back it. It's a really interesting balance.
Yeah, it's... it has potential. It's kind of sad that it hasn't gone further. I'm sure, I have a feeling that he'll probably reattempt it again, maybe reproduce the trailer. That would be nice. But, yeah. And, well, yeah, that's all I got to say about it.
I think it's interesting. I think it could have been presented better. Which is sad. Which leads us to our second last question.
And then, oh, wait, question, yes. I'm going too fast.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to read it?
Sure,
Read it?
I'll read it.
Okay.
What steampunk, team-oriented multiplayer game lifted off last year at last year's E3, and our Indie Armada stream team played it together recently?
You skipped a question.
Oh, that's fine, whatever.
I'm like, I had the other one all ready to go. I was about to post it. Okay.
Yeah. Enzio got it already.
Yeah. Enzio.
Wait, what do you mean I've been reading, Elderon?
I think it was like the ethos and pathos speech.
Oh. Well, I'm a communications major. So, Enzio, you get the next game introduced, and I will type in here.
Okay. So our next game is called Void Space. Their description for it is a sandbox MMO RPG with no starting infrastructure whatsoever. Build your own society made up of real players, survive, invent, and explore.
This one I like.
There is a game being made that will challenge what you think is possible in a video game. This is not a game that is simply more visually impressive. This is a game that will push the envelope for gameplay, and that will be playable on every modern computing device. Imagine a truly real-time game that allows you to freely explore the world around you, mine and collect resources, build infrastructure, and trade with thousands of other players. Imagine a game that allows you to play everything from an exile or pirate to inventor or teacher or even a world leader. A game where you play as a single individual, forming groups with your friends to survive. A game that has no NPCs, where quests come from real players with real needs, where the objectives are as diverse as the player's imagination. Imagine a game that allows you to start your own business based on real needs from other players, that allows you to create factories and even entire industries that have a real and significant impact on the game world. A game where trade agreements between player groups are real and valuable. Now imagine that this real-time game has a system where your character discovers ideas for a new skill or invention based on their needs, available materials, and their own existing knowledge. A system where each time a character comes up with a new skill or invention, its properties are unique, and only the character can reproduce it unless he decides to teach it to someone else. Imagine a system that models the real world. A system that allows you to perform research, to guide your character into creating something that helps you and your friends survive against the elements and against other players. This is a game where you're not just enacting someone else's story, but you are living a life in an organic, open, virtual world. This is a game where anything can change, no matter how big, no matter how significant. We are building the Universe Engine, a multifaceted game engine that is specifically designed to produce this game. The engine itself takes a radically different approach to game development and will allow us to easily create a vast amount of content for the invention system. By defining the circumstances in which an idea can be found, defining what it takes to develop an idea into a reproducible skill, and defining the chances of the end result having various attribute values, we effectively create a system where no two inventions are exactly the same. Everything from the type and quantity of the materials required to the properties and abilities of the end product will be unique. Void Space is a game that lets you continue playing even when you're offline, set your character to work on large construction projects, or travel long distances using waypoints, and enable a fully customizable artificial intelligence to control your ship and defend you and your belongings while you're away. Void Space is a game where real money trades between players are encouraged and not prohibited, where it's survival of the fittest and strength is in numbers. It's a game where wars can be won with creative planning and wit, and not just a game of stats and figures.
So, tell me, Savvy, why did I like that Kickstarter?
The audio was great.
Yeah, it did. It did have really good audio. What else did it have?
It's Canadian?
Yes, it is very Canadian. That is one of the reasons. But it's telling you what makes the game.
Yeah.
It tells you who they are. It tells you why they need your help. It tells you all the unique things in the game, which is really what hooked me. Because those are some really unique features. The fact that, say, you learn how to make a crafting blueprint, and it's better than anyone else's in the game, just based off that blueprint, you're going to become a very popular person.
Yes.
So it's interesting. But after that, everybody in chat's like, well, I want to see gameplay. I want to see gameplay. Right at the end, they tease you with just a little bit of gameplay that looks amazing. And then they go get us on Kickstarter.
I like that they have gone. It's very the initial part of the trailer is very fast paced. It's a little hard to keep up with.
Mm-hmm. They have a lot to say
because they are explaining everything, all the dynamics of the game that they can, and they've done it well. I like how they've done the animations to actually show what's happened, and then they do show you the gameplay at the end.
Yeah. My only hiccup with this one, God, I hope this one gets back. They need $275,000.
Yes.
They just started. They're already at 5,000, which is good, but I don't know if they're going to quite make it. But the thing that I like the most, you can see at the first level, it tells you that you'll get it when it's in beta. You'll get the custom servers when it's in beta. ETA 4 months, tells you right away. And depending on how high you go up, like I backed, they have the $50 bundle right here is immediate access to full MMO release right when the Kickstarter is finished. Right when it's finished! So, if it gets backed, I already get to play the game.
See, what's interesting is they've updated this since last night.
Oh, yeah.
Because last night the ETA was 18 months for the first one, and the other one was 12 months, and now it's 4 and 2.
Yep, exactly. Because they know people are going to want to play the game. It was funny. I was thinking last night, I wonder if you could ever do a Kickstarter that was so well thought out that it's like, if we make this game, it will be done when the Kickstarter is done. Because that in itself would probably get you a lot of backers. That's one of the things I hate the most. Like, I got into Golem Arcana. That was when I was at PAX 2013. I'm still waiting for the game because it hasn't shipped yet. Same as the new... Oh, shoot. What is that? Remember the card game that we have? Oh, she's not listening to me. Anyway, they did a miniatures game, and we're going to be waiting on it for like a year to get that one. But having the options, plus the early bird, I just want to say right now, guys. Oh, Sentinels of the Multiverse. That was it. Sentinels of the Multiverse. They have a new game. Anyway, the $50, there's an early bird special. They're already half gone. There's only 50 left. You can get the $50 tier for $35 if you back it. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah. It looks like a very... Okay, I'll throw the link in chat because people seem to be interested.
They should.
It looks like a very good game, and I'm kind of happy that a Canadian company's come out with this. It's Canada. Another thing that was interesting when I was reading about it is they're using an HTML5 source. So basically, what it'll be is you can play it on your computer, and then go to your phone and continue off where you started, where you ended. Then you can go to your tablet and carry on from there.
Yeah.
Like it's.
As well, a lot of people like Eve because you can level up offline kind of thing. A lot of stuff is done offline. In this game, you're actually physically still in the space. So you can set your AI to whether or not you're going to fight things offline. You can set it to if you're building something, like if you're building a huge mothership and it's going to take months to build it, you can set it to when you're offline, it'll build that for you. Or if you need to travel distances. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, like, you can queue up the tasks. Like, if you're going to go to bed, queue up tasks to do for the next 8 hours.
Yeah.
And re-queue things while you're at work or at school. Get home, actually play the game, re-queue things up again. Like, you're going to constantly be advancing, even if you're not playing.
This game embodies what I like about indie. Because in the indie world, we ask the community to back us up because we're trying new things. We don't want to go with normal gaming conventions. We don't want to just make copies of other games. True indie is about pushing the limits. It's about trying new mechanics and new games that nobody else has the balls to try because they don't want to lose the money on it. These guys are saying, our game is going to be like nothing you've ever played before. This is how, if you guys back it. That's perfect indie gaming to me.
Yeah, it seems I might look into it more because it does sound like something I would play. But this one didn't have a demo, but
if you back it at the $35 tier, then you're going to be able to play it in 27 days.
Yes, this is true.
Which is so cool.
So
anyway,
you should back it.
Yeah, everybody go back it. We're going to move on to the second last question, which is actually the 7th question. Or the 8th question. The 8th question. You're really excited for this one.
I am, but it's not... Okay, I'll ask the question first. Indie games also got their time in the spotlight at E3 this year. What Miyazaki-inspired game was announced by Moon Studios last week? This one
it's a hard
is
one.
Going to be very... it might be a little obscure.
It's a difficult one.
But as soon as you see the trailer for it...
Oh, look at the viewers just dropping out. Just dropping out.
I know.
5 viewers lost because of your hard question. Oh, and they're back in.
The viewers keep fluctuating today. I don't know what's up with that.
That's all good. So, guys, we have a huge bundle giveaways for the first person that can answer that correctly. Who's gonna answer it correctly? You should just Google Moon Studios.
And you'll figure it out. And then watch the trailer, and then watch
no one
it,
else
and then
has yet.
Nope.
Yes, then watch the trailer, then go buy the game, because it...
And then go buy the Xbox One if you don't have it already.
It was playing with my heartstrings.
I'm just like, I want it. I don't know if I'll go and buy an Xbox One to get it, but I want it.
It looks like nobody wants this. No, nobody wants a bundle. I'll keep it for myself. That's like 9 games that I could use.
Wait, Alumno already won.
Alumno, yeah, you already won, man.
Alumno already won. So if someone just wants to copy his... There we go. So Yannick... Did Yannick get something? Yannick has an idea today.
Yannick, you just won.
There you go. Yannick just won.
All right.
It's such a pretty game.
Which is going to lead us to our last video. So, we've been talking a lot about, this week has been a bit of a theme of how you present your videos. This game is called Black Cat's Story. Do you want to give your first impressions?
Oh my god, I want it. It's just, I was watching like, really?
Yeah.
Like, this is a thing? This needs to get made. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was typing. I will start
apparently.
it. This needs to get made.
This needs to get made.
Black Cat Story. So here's my question to everybody. Would that game be the same with real graphics? Savvy?
No. It has to be as redonkulous as it is.
Exactly.
It really
if
does.
it had graphics that had any more put into it than that, it would lose a lot of its charm.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you guys were reading the dialogue at all, but this game, I'm actually pretty excited for it. I think it looks awesome. And I find it interesting. There are some interesting themes playing here where it's like you are trying to be the hero by taking out the town bully, this Rufus guy. But in doing so, you are either starting off or becoming a horrible, horrible person. With humor. With humor. Black Cat, did you steal my money? Black Cat's money now.
Pretty much. Like, when I was watching, like, this is so ridiculous and horrible. I want to play it. It's going to be for PC, and by the sounds of it, it will be freeware, which is kind of nice to know. But I'm thinking, if it was mobile, I think that would be a little bit better.
Yeah, I think this would be good mobile.
It would be good. Like, I can see myself, like, waiting in line somewhere or on the bus playing it, not sitting at a computer playing it.
I actually really like it. This is definitely one of those games that's it looks like it's retro by nature, like by necessity, but I bet you they've done that graphic style by choice.
Yes.
Bet you any money, because they need the ridiculous graphics to go with the ridiculous dialogue. And that dialogue, it's not like they don't know how to speak English or anything. That's purposefully set. And that diction is purposefully in there the way that it is presented to show off the personality of the character, because you can't help but read it a certain way.
Yes.
And it's kind of interesting like that. And I love some of the references too, where it's like, yeah, some people think Zebra injects with attack up and health up.
It's so bad it's good.
Right. Yeah, no, it's really interesting.
I like it. It doesn't have a very big budget. It's not very far into it, but I think with the right exposure, they could definitely do it.
So they're only asking for $1,300 in Australian. Yeah, which is pretty modest for a game.
$2,000.
I don't think that this game really needs much money to be made, to be honest.
No.
But yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Shoot.
Ugly but awesome. It's like those ugly dolls that you can get. You know? They're so charmingly ugly that kids love them, but they're ugly as...
Yes.
Well, that was fun. That wraps up our Kickstarters for this week, guys.
One thing I did forget to mention earlier, because I read through all of these, is Go-Go Armadillo is being released whether it's backed or not. I forgot to mention that.
Which is nice. I like that when they do that. A lot of times it'll just get the game out earlier, or it'll allow them to do things that they couldn't do normally.
Yeah.
But that's the show. I'm keeping the last key for myself. Ha
No! The people need their keys.
Nope, go away. It's mine now. No more Kickstarters, Yannick. But we do have one last key to give away, guys, which you can win, obviously, if I don't do that. There we go. You can win if you answer this one correctly and haven't won before. So I will say it, you will type it.
Okay.
I don't think you'll need to put this one into chat, to be honest. I wouldn't even worry about it. Okay, so last Friday, being 2 days ago, IGM's Average Giants had a special interview and presentation with Farspace Studios. What game did they present, show off, / openly rage at?
I'm putting it in chat anyways. Okay, Zika's already there. And Peachy. Zika hasn't won today.
Zika has not won today?
No, I don't think Zika's won today.
Alright, Zika, looks like you get another bundle, baby. So, same spiel. If you email me at avggmr@gmail.com.
Oh. No. Okay, you won before, but you haven't won today.
Yeah, I won last week.
If you don't want it today, then Peachy will get it because Peachy is second.
Peachy hasn't won yet. But that's completely up to you, Zika. Your choice.
Not today? Okay, so then Peachy. Wait, not today. Not today as you haven't won.
Subject line.
I need to speak before I...
giveaway. with your name. And I will get you that key after the show.
I think it was a pretty good show today. We had lots of space, lots of interesting, and we looked at how the trailer can make or break a game.
We stream so early. We stream so early 1 day a week, Necro, and that's this. The time for this is usually for our other hosts, who are all MIA. Vinny has a summer job that he has to do every Sunday. Bonnie and Amy have their own stuff that they have to do, so that's why we stream at the time that we do. But join us again next week for another fun Sunday newscast. As well, we have a lot of great shows coming up this week. On Monday, we've got, I forget who we have for Average Giants, but it's a really cool one. But anyway, until next time, guys, much love, and we will see you all then.
See ya!